Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be chatting all about how you can be more feminine and how you can embrace your femininity. If you're new here, hello, my name is Nicole. I'm a full-time beauty and fashion content creator and I've been bringing you guys along on my journey of leveling up and becoming more feminine. I'm someone who naturally gravitates to being more masculine in my energy than more feminine, so this has been something that I've had to take an intentional grasp of. And with that, let's get into today's video. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. So one of the ways that I wanted to chat about being more feminine or coming off as more feminine is doing your hair. I have been opting for a sleek low bun when I don't have my hair freshly washed or if I don't have the time to do it, and I find that every single person will have ways of incorporating a more elegant hairstyle for those days where they don't have the time to do maybe a full blowout or, you know, whatever it is that would make them look more refined and more polished. So that's my first tip, is adapting a hairstyle that will allow you to look a little bit more refined, a little bit more chic, and a little bit more feminine. With saying all of that, I actually find that wearing your hair up will look a lot more elegant and a lot more feminine than just if it's like tossed up on the top of your head or just like a mop in front of your face. Now the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is makeup. Obviously, if you wear a little bit of makeup, that is going to make you look more feminine and it's going to make you look a little bit more refined too. I don't know any person that has perfect skin texture, perfect skin tone. I think it's a journey for a lot of people. So if you can wear either a tinted moisturizer or a little bit of foundation, I promise you it will go a long way. And furthermore, if you take a little bit of lipstick or lip blush or a little bit of mascara, the less is definitely more, but makeup of course is going to make you look a little bit more feminine and a little bit more refined. So the next tip that I have is more in line with how to embrace your femininity, and that is definitely to spend more time with yourself. I think you never know more of what you do want until you see what you don't want, but equally, if you don't even know who you are as a person, how are you going to assess what you do want and what you don't want? One of the best things I ever did for myself was really start to spend more time with myself, and I definitely classify myself as an introvert more than an extrovert these days because I love spending time with myself. And the next thing that I would touch on in regards to embracing my femininity has been becoming more emotionally aware. I think if you're someone who isn't in tune with where you are emotionally, it's going to be very hard to assess and understand when you're being more masculine in your energy or equally how you are approaching a situation, if it's very level-headed or if it's very kind or if it's very nurturing. And I think that really is going to take some inward reflection or, you know, making sure that you get into either a therapist or a coach or somebody that can help you see these points. I definitely was way more of a harsh individual when I had some inner healing and inner work that needed to be done. Whereas now I feel like I've worked on those areas. Of course, they're not perfect. Of course, I'm always going to be working on myself in certain areas, but I feel like since I have had growth in certain areas, I'm able to refine other areas, if that even makes sense to you. I think that I'm somebody that comes from a divorced household. I'm the eldest child, and I just think naturally I've been more of a masculine person. And although I don't think that I think there is good things that come out of being someone that is more masculine, like being more assertive, I definitely think that you can very easily go, you know, the other way and be too strong in your personality and too strong in your fight for things, which then doesn't come off as very feminine at all. And I think that's where I've been very drawn to this whole process, is that I want to be soft. I want to be taken care of. I want to feel that playfulness in my femininity, and the more that I don't refine that is the more that I feel like I don't get to enjoy that. And of course, not everybody is going to feel this way, but for me, that's how I feel, so that's where I'm at. Now, the next thing that I would say, it has allowed me to embrace my femininity a little bit more. It has been finding creative expression. Just before I moved to the UK. I actually was taking singing lessons with one of my clients actually, and I took the singing lessons not because I ever thought I was gonna be a singer. No, no one besides her ever heard me sing actually, but it was just something that I could do that was literally just for the creative expression. I find nowadays I would love to maybe learn how to play an instrument again, or you know, maybe learn to sew. That's actually one that I really hope that I can learn soon. I used to sew when I was younger, and I just think now it would be such a fun skill to have that is just for the creativity of it, not necessarily for an income producing activity. I think if you're someone that is an entrepreneur and maybe someone that had a little bit more masculine energy, you're very assertive to make things work, and you're very assertive to, especially if you're an entrepreneur, I would say you can definitely turn most hobbies into a job. And yeah, sewing is one for me that I think it would allow me to feel really feminine and also be really cool. Now, I touched on this in another video that I have put out about fun winter date ideas that are just a little bit more up leveled, and I talked about going to a cooking class or having a evening where you cook a 3-course meal with your partner. And my next point with like being creative is that I think cooking is a way that you can really practice your femininity, or baking. It's something that really can allow you to practice being a homemaker and really have that creativity that will bring out your feminine side. Also gardening, that is something that I started to get into just before I left Canada, and then I'm looking to get back into this year. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about that has allowed me to become more feminine and embrace that femininity is being a little bit more mysterious. This is something that I definitely heard about years ago, and I'm gonna have a little story for you, but I think because I have more masculine energy naturally, it's very easy for me to slide into this. But this one is like being more mysterious and being more playful. I used to be friends with this group of people that worked at a radio station where I'm from, and the lady that was like a part of this morning show was saying how her husband never saw her shave her legs, and she loved keeping that allure and that mystery about her, and it has been something that has stayed with me for over a decade now. And Paul doesn't come into the bathroom when I'm in there. I just don't think that there's no need for it. He doesn't need to see me while I'm showering. He doesn't need to see me while I'm shaving or anything else in regards to using the toilet. So that's a way that I remain mysterious. And also there was a little bit where I wouldn't let Paul see me put on my makeup. It wasn't that he hasn't seen me without makeup, obviously, of course he has, but I just felt like him seeing that transformation process took the mystery out of it. But then that just became a little bit impractical. But equally, there's certain like skincare things that I don't like him to see me do, and I actually don't like him to see me work out, because I feel like when I'm working out, like I'm drenched with sweat and I'm like, you know, huffing and puffing, and I just feel like this isn't the most elegant way for me to look right now. And I've worked out with him a few times, but only when my stamina has gotten to a point where I'm not like dying. But yeah, I feel like there's certain things that I like to keep to myself. You know, if I'm giving myself a facial, I don't like if he were to come through this door and watch me as I'm like getting out blackheads. I think there's nothing refined about that, and it completely takes the mystery out of the relationship. You know, men, when they're first dating you, or like when you're first in a relationship, they kind of look at you in awe and in wonder, and I don't ever want that awe and that wonder to go away. So I think it's so important to keep some things like a mystery, and I think that can translate into other areas. I'm totally going off on a tangent on this one, but I think that can translate into other areas that people forget about. Not everybody needs to see you in bed or when you've just rolled out of bed. Not everybody needs to see you without makeup. Not everybody needs to see you, you know, popping your zits. Although I definitely have a video showing you how I do extractions, but that was educational purposes, but I hope you know what I mean. I think there is something so important about staying mysterious and something important about staying playful, and I think that it's harder to remain playful if you haven't remained mysterious. Anyways, my friends, that is it for this video. What did you think about those points? Was there something that you think that I missed? Was there something that you want to add? You are totally able and free to leave those comments and suggestions for me in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed, this is going to be about your last chance to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.